Welcome to Crackers and Milk.
Dude, you have to keep going. You just can't say welcome to Crackers and Milk.
I was trying to mess you up.
I'm your R in the DJR, Ryan.
I'm the J in DJR. I'm Jake.
And there's Dave over there. He's the host.
I'm the host of Crackers.
He's the D.
And we are joined once again by Mike from Memories Made Modern.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike. Mike
Yes,
Wu.
follow him.
If we're suddenly looking better in the audio sync, it's because of him.
Yes, a lot better than whatever I did. Okay, today's episode is the Green Lantern.
Episode.
Ryan
Green Lantern.
Reynolds. Not Ryan Allen, but Ryan Reynolds.
Same person.
You wish.
Do I? He's got some money.
A little. Some will claim.
He's Canadian, though.
But yeah.
No thanks.
Thanks, Canada. Jake has our synopsis, though.
Sworn to preserve intergalactic order, the Green Lantern Corps has existed for centuries. Its newest recruit, Hal Jordan, played by Ryan Reynolds, is the first human to join the ranks. The Green Lanterns have little regard for humans who have thus far been unable to harness the powers of the ring each member wears. But Jordan, a gifted and cocky test pilot, may be the Corps' only hope when a new enemy called Parallax threatens the universal balance of power.
Okay, so the ratings for this, the Rotten Tomatoes is 26%. The audience votes as 45%. IMDb is 5.5 out of 10. And Roger Ebert, 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars. What's Google?
Google users, 65%.
Is this more of like a cult following because of like him making fun of it?
I don't know.
Probably, actually.
I don't know.
He pokes fun every
Yeah.
Deadpool movie that he does
Yeah.
at the Green Lantern. Everyone. Well, the two that he's done.
That and the
Yeah.
X-Men movie,
Oh, yeah.
where he was Deadpool.
He pokes fun
Yeah.
Did that come out after or before this?
before.
No, I think it's
You're
before.
talking
Well, he
X-Men
pokes fun of the
Origins
X one.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pokes fun at himself on that one.
Mhm.
In the Deadpool ones.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Such a great thing. Yeah. The release was June 17th of 2011. The runtime was 105 minutes. The money, $200 million. The box office, $219.3 million.
Win.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's a win.
Win-win chicken dinner.
Somebody got rich.
Warner Brothers.
Martin Campbell was the director. He did GoldenEye, Mask of Zorro, which your family loved.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Zorro and Edge of Darkness. Competition came out that year. June 17th was Bad Teacher, Mr. Popper's Penguins, Cars 2, Transformers: The Dark Side of the Moon.
Wait, Bad Teacher's about you?
Yeah. The great of a teacher.
Him and Paul Rudd getting into trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's role models.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think Bad Teacher's with Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz, yeah.
And then Horrible Bosses. Then July, HB 7, Harry Potter 7.
Yeah.
Zookeeper.
Captain
Captain America. Cowboys and Aliens, Crazy Stupid Love. And then in August, you had Change Up, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, One Day. The Help, which I love. I like that movie. Conan the Barbarian, and the In-Betweeners movie. Then the top 10. So it was $1.3 billion to $562.1 million.
Can I have a slice of that cake?
I know.
Just a small sliver.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter 7 Part 2.
Wait, what?
What was number one?
Yep.
Harry Potter
Say
7.
no. Wait, you're not enunciating.
Harry Potter 7.
The
Part
Deathly
2.
Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows.
Good.
Part 2.
Man,
Such a terrible.
how much?
1.3 billion.
Winner.
Lots of chicken dinners.
Must have been a good movie.
Yeah, it must have been all
Must
right.
have been a terrible movie. You guys need to get on board. Of
What's
how
number
terrible it is.
2?
Transformers.
All right.
Then Pirates 4. Yeah, Pirates 4. And then Twilight.
Which Twilight?
BP Part 1. I don't know what the BP was.
Breaking
Dawn.
Yeah, it's probably BD Part
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, so
don't
that
know.
was
That was the
that's
last.
That was the second
last.
to last one, right?
Yeah.
Because it would be
Yeah,
Part
yeah.
1, right? Ghost Protocol. Kung Fu Panda 2 was 6. Fast 5 was 7. Hangover was 2. The Smurfs was 9. And Cars 2 was 10.
Oh, the Smurfs.
The Smurfs and
That's
Cars
amazing.
2?
Yeah, Cars 2 is horrible.
Terrible. Never follow Larry the Cable Guy.
McQueen! I got me some jetpack now. Help you out.
The first one was so the release. You had Fast 5 in April, Pirates in May, Kung Fu in May, Hangover in May, Smurfs in June, and then Green Lantern. Then Cars 2, Transformers, and then Harry Potter 7 Part 2. Twilight was in October, and Mission Impossible was in December. So all of them were relatively close to each other, of course.
A lot of them in May.
Yeah. Okay. So, notables. The Green Hornet. No Strings Attached. The Dilemma. Romeo and Juliet. The Mechanic in February. The Other Woman. Just Go With It. The Eagle. Adjustment Bureau. Paul. Rango. I Am Number 4.
I love Rango.
It's a good movie. Beastly, Battle Los Angeles, Limitless, Lincoln Lawyer, Mars Needs Moms, Rio, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Sucker Punch. In April,
That was
it
a good
was
movie.
Sucker Punch.
Yes.
That was a lot of
It's an interesting movie.
I
style
liked it, yeah.
over substance.
I liked it. Yeah, there wasn't much substance, but it was kind of fun.
That's interesting.
You have something against girl movies?
No. I thought it was an interesting movie, but
It was a very interesting movie, but
I-
continue, Dave.
I could watch it whenever it's on. Yeah.
yeah, we could dive into that one.
Anyways.
Okay. April, Hop, Arthur, Your Highness, Fast 5, Thor, Hoodwink 2, Water for Elephants, May, Something Borrowed, Pirates, Strange Tides. That's the one that was out. I think that's 4.
Yeah, I think so.
4. Midnight in Paris, Tree of Life, Drive, Kung Fu Panda 2, X-Men First Class, and then Hangover, Super 8, Smurfs in June, Super 8, Smurfs, Bad Teacher, Green Lantern, Mr. Okay. July. Nope, not doing that one. August.
Not doing what one?
No, we did these already.
Oh, okay.
So I don't need to do them. So September, Ides of March, Three Musketeers, Contagion, Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy, Real Steel. I like that one. Real Steel.
Never saw it.
Good
Moneyball,
movie.
Warrior, Johnny English Reborn. I Don't Know How She Does It. Dolphin Tale. October, Footloose,
And
Plum
Morgan.
Diary.
Freeman.
The Big Year. Have you guys ever seen The Big Year?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I
Hugh
think
Jackman?
So, yeah.
The Big Year? No. Jag Black. Adventure of Tintin. Of Rin Tin. Puss in Boots. Tower Heist. In Time. Twilight. And then November, J. Edgar. Muppets. Haywire. Arthur Christmas. Jack and Jill. Happy Feet 2. The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. In December, Mission Impossible, New Year's Eve, The Sitter, Young Adult, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Chipwrecked, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Sherlock Holmes 2, We Bought a Zoo, War Horse, and Iron Lady.
Okay.
That was the notables from what I remember. Okay. What did you guys like about the movie, or what didn't you like about the movie? What stuck out? What didn't stick out?
Well,
do we get full nerd, Jake?
I'm gonna go full nerd on you.
Good. What didn't you like about the movie? Okay, well, one thing before.
Yes.
Why didn't they just do like a real mask instead of computer animated? That was really stupid. It looks terrible, the whole movie.
I think that they thought they'd try it out, but it didn't work.
So, Thor came out the same year.
Yeah.
Which costume looked better, Thor's or Ryan Reynolds, Chris Hemsworth, and actually wearing an actual costume, or Ryan Reynolds in his animated green suit?
Oh, the thing that I'm sold on with this, because when they brought it back to him, when it came back to him in New Mexico and that sort of thing, that I felt that was kind of computer animated, because that's you had it, but then it turned into the real thing. But it was awesome. It was an awesome.
It was a little bit computer animated.
Yeah,
I mean, but it wasn't fully
and that's
computer
awesome.
animated, because you only see bad CGI.
Yep, you've always said that. You only see bad CGI.
You don't see the good CGI.
No. And I think they did a great job with Thor's costume.
Yes.
The mask one was the terrible part. I think the
it made him look cross-eyed.
Part, yeah. that was the biggest one that I'm like, that's really stupid. Like, but at the same time, if they did real life instead of computer,
I thought the cast was okay. Ryan Reynolds does a good job.
Ryan Reynolds, you had Mark Strong
as Sinestro.
You had Tim Robbins, because he was the dad.
Yeah, he was the senator.
Yeah, he was the senator.
And like Peter Skarsgård or something.
Yeah, Skarsgård. I like him as a bad guy.
What else has he been in?
Peter Skarsgård.
Well,
he's been Hector Hammond.
I think he was in. Was it one of the James Bond movies, or was it Mission Impossible?
It was probably Mission Impossible.
But I like him in Glass. There's a movie called. Is it no?
Is that the Morgan Freeman one?
No.
Glass?
No, there's one with Hayden Christensen.
Jumper?
Shattered Glass, I think, is what it's called.
Oh. The only other Hayden Christensen besides the episode Star Wars is Jumper.
That's the only one I know.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
that
this
one was good.
And he's Canadian too. Anyways, I think it's called Shattered Glass, and it's not a movie you'd ever really see.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
So,
anyways, but I like him as this kind of nerdy scientist guy in it.
Like,
does all right.
So the problems I have with it is the overall story.
What do you mean?
Okay, I said I'm going full nerd on you. Let me go full nerd on you.
I'm down with going full nerd.
So, in the comic books, Superman dies.
Okay.
I
knew that.
In his coming back, one of his villains destroys Coast City.
All right. And that's Hal Jordan's city, right?
That's Hal Jordan's city.
Okay.
Because of that action, Hal Jordan goes a little bit crazy and he starts to recreate Coast City with his ring.
Oh. Okay.
And the other Green Lanterns, some of his friends come to stop him, and he kills them and takes their rings. And then he goes on a rampage and kills all the Green Lanterns to take all their rings.
So he's the only one.
And he becomes the villain, Parallax.
Oh.
Anyways,
That's deep.
He redeems himself by flying into the sun to reignite it.
Reignite the universe?
Reignite the sun so Earth doesn't die. Oh. Years down the road, something pulls his body out of the sun, and it's Green Lantern Rebirth. And so everybody who wears a Green Lantern ring, as far as humans, they start going crazy and attacking everybody. And Sinestro, he's the major bad guy of Green Lantern, had gotten into the rings to start controlling the human Green Lanterns, because there's more than one. And it turns out that he infected Hal Jordan with parallax. That the man who had the willpower to overcome fear was finally afraid, and that's why he went crazy back in the 90s.
The original Hal Jordan.
The original Hal Jordan. And so when he comes back, because back in the old Green Lantern comics, he wasn't effective against the color yellow.
Okay.
Because that was the color of fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. A number 2 pencil could have defeated him, but so parallax is the fear in the universe, and so Sinestro attached parallax to Hal Jordan, and that's why he went gray earlier, and he didn't notice, and so my problem with this is they brought in parallax way too early.
But who would have been the other villain?
Hector Hammond was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But
so, do you know what the movie should have been?
What?
It should have been Training Day in Space. Him being trained by Sinestro.
So the training sequence, instead of the small one, it should have been bigger.
Have you seen Training Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was the whole movie that he was being trained.
Yes.
And then at the end, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, they had a training sequence. Mm-hmm. It should have just been the whole movie instead of just that small little part, right?
I mean, them going on different missions together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then him finding out that he's more of a bad guy than anything.
Yeah. And
wasn't there 3 different bad guys in this movie?
Wasn't it just Hector Hammond and then Sinestro?
No, Sinestro wasn't even really the bad guy in it. No, it was just Parallax and...
Oh, no, at the end, Sinestro became Sinestro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he switched to the yellow ring.
Yeah. But, so, what really should have been taking place at this time is there should have been a new Superman movie.
Whoops.
Okay.
For a rebirth, right?
So, Man of Steel should have been the movie in 2011.
Before Green Lantern.
Before Green Lantern, because they were trying to do what Marvel did and take their... Let's face it, Iron Man was a B-list character in the comic books.
Yeah.
And he became the face of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, because
and so
they
Warner Brothers and DC tried to take one of their B-list heroes and make him the star. When you have Superman, everybody knows Superman. You can be watching a news report about a village in Africa, and there will be one kid running around with a Superman shirt on.
Okay.
Everybody knows Superman.
What maybe they should have done is kill Brandon Roth as Superman. You know, just kill Brandon. That Superman Returns.
Yeah,
well, they should have killed. They should have had it, and then make sure that he's dead.
So
and then do Green Lantern, like have it, you know, kind of like that, where then they rebirth it into.
So
I don't know.
I can go into how the DC movies should have come out. I've got it. I've worked it all out, but I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah.
But
what would have been the first one? You should
Superman.
Then Superman.
And then the Batman of that universe, and then the Wonder Woman of that universe.
Okay. I can see those. Yeah, I can see that.
Yes,
But
but I don't work for Warner Brothers, so they didn't ask me.
But they tried to do that.
No, they
In this universe that they're doing.
Green Lantern was their big push. There's so many characters in there that lead to a larger world.
You can totally see they were trying to copy Disney because of
Marvel.
They brought
because Marvel. Yeah.
because of the Ryan
Success
Reynolds.
that they had, yeah.
Because of Ryan Reynolds, his big star actor, and then they tried to bring in the Green Lantern.
Was he though at that time?
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
At that time though,
He could lead a movie.
Okay.
Robert Downey wasn't super huge
No, at that
with
time,
Iron Man.
Yeah,
Before Iron Man.
Yeah.
but he was big enough.
Same with Ryan Reynolds.
Well, I know, but okay,
I'd say Ryan Reynolds was even bigger
was
Yeah.
bigger.
when Green Lantern came out than Robert Downey Jr. when
And he
Iron Man came
looked the part. It was
out.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I was so excited for this movie, and I'm so mad at this movie.
See, yeah, one of my things too, like I feel that it doesn't work very well. Is the I haven't seen a movie that's like great when they do this. Is when they work on emotion against another emotion, like. The other one that I can see is the Guardians, the fairy tale stuff. Like you have belief and then you have fear.
Yeah.
And I liked the movie just because it was an interesting concept and it was an interesting movie for me because it brought these things together and it was nice. But it was like it didn't work because it's just I don't know what type of. I just don't think people think that way. They want. Like certain things, like action. You're a bad guy. This is a bad guy. That's it.
They tried too much with this movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They just tried way too hard to set up a universe.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. According to Mark Strong, it's part of the DC EU or whatever.
According to him.
According to him.
Because he wants to be part of it.
Yeah.
He is part of it. He's in Shazam.
Okay, so he's in another one from Shazam, which did better than.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it, but I know he's in it.
I've heard that it was better.
It is.
But-
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I like it
It's one of the better DC movies.
better than Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. Is it just better than Wonder Woman?
No.
Okay, just
Wonder Woman, it's more of an iconic character, where Shazam really isn't.
Yeah.
well, if it was filmed in the 40s, it would have been Shazam as the iconic character, but
Wasn't.
he was known as Captain Marvel back then. Yeah, so the events of this movie
Yeah.
with Parallax and stuff should have taken place in the third Green Lantern movie,
Not what they did.
not in number 1.
How would you have started it?
Would it just been?
So,
Because
okay,
I like the Green Lantern character.
the
the
Superman
comic
movie.
book character, or this movie character.
Comic book.
Yeah.
Okay. Just double check.
So we start off with the Superman movie. We start off with the Batman movie. We start off with the Wonder Woman movie. Next, the second year, year 2, we have the Flash. We have Green Lantern. And we have Justice League.
Okay.
Then we have...
No Cyborg.
So he and the Martian Manhunter are introduced in Justice League.
Okay.
And then you do Man of Steel 2. You do another Batman.
Yeah.
And then you do Suicide Squad.
Whoa! Why Suicide Squad? Why that late for Suicide Squad?
Because
Suicide
in the
Squad,
2
sorry.
Batman movies,
You have to introduce.
you introduce
characters.
the characters who are in Suicide Squad. You have the Flash movie to introduce Captain Boomerang into the Suicide
That
Squad.
would have been brilliant.
That would have been a lot better because then
Yeah.
you knew.
You don't have to research that guy.
Yeah.
Who
And
dat?
you didn't have to research the Indian guy too. I still don't know that guy.
Well, he wasn't important. But anyways,
That's why they killed him so early.
the next year you have Man of Steel 3, where he dies,
Yeah.
but you also have Green Lantern 2,
Okay.
where he sees the destruction of his city. You have Wonder Woman 2,
Yeah.
and you could even throw a Lex Luthor movie in.
They're taking a long time trying to get this DC stuff going.
That's the thing.
I don't know if
was
they
Marvel
will.
built the Marvel Cinematic Universe? How was it built? Slowly, methodically.
Not this slow.
But
We've already had a Justice League movie
Yeah.
in my timeline, and so they've already fought.
In your timeline, yes.
Yes.
I'm talking about the
Oh,
real
in
the
the
real
real one?
timeline.
It's
Your
because
timeline's great.
It's because they keep misfiring.
Well, Warner Brothers hired Jake Miles as your head man for DC. Do it.
Yeah. And then in the third Green Lantern movie, you have him being the bad guy.
Sinestro.
No, you have
Of Hal
Hal
Jordan
Jordan being
being
the
the
bad
bad
guy. And having,
Without Superman in it.
without Superman in
He's
it,
dead.
he's dead.
Mhm.
And so you have a new Green Lantern with, so Kyle Rayner was the Green Lantern of the 90s, but you still have Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
So you have those two fighting against Hal Jordan going crazy, and then when something happens to the sun, Hal Jordan redeems himself by flying into it.
That's cool.
Do you? Okay, with this, do you think because the superhero movies, they're always going to try and copy Iron Man because that was the Kickstarter for the MCU, right?
Yeah.
Pay low budget, kind of a little low budget, not super low budget, but low budget because they didn't have to pay Robert Downey Jr. a lot of money because of what he was coming out of and what he was doing, and then at the end they had to pay him a ton.
Yeah.
But it was worth the
And
investment.
Terrence Howard wasn't in the movies anymore.
Yeah. But it was worth the investment, and it became better and better. Like,
Yeah.
do you really think that could happen again?
Yeah.
Like, not with Marvel, but with DC.
Yeah. Get me to California, and I can make it happen.
Honestly, I don't think so. But that's my opinion. I don't think it could happen.
How dare you, David?
No,
you doubt my comic book
No,
knowledge?
I don't doubt that. I doubt
That Warner Brothers.
the Warner Brothers can ever pull it off. That's what I doubt more than
well, they've
anything.
spent a lot of money on what they have.
Yeah.
So,
But they haven't. It hasn't caught. It hasn't done anything. They're doing things. They're doing something wrong, and it's why. What are you doing wrong? Like Ryan Reynolds, to me, every time I see him in any movie, his perfect role is Deadpool. Like no matter what, and every time I see him in any movie, it's Deadpool. What's up, man? How you doing? And because it fits him so perfectly.
yeah.
He makes fun of himself. He does all that. And they didn't do a great job with it in Green Lantern. He could have done it, but they didn't do a great job. They did a little.
They tried for a serious movie.
Yeah.
And I'll watch this movie. It's still got some cool action pieces. It's just it's just not right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the MCU, they've put in place people that kind of know the big picture of the Marvel comics and where they, little Easter eggs of this, that, and the other. Where I don't think they've caught that with the DC people.
Or is it because it's Marvel Studios and where Disney, like, they kind of do the hands-off sort of thing somewhat? where it's like you guys know the comic, kind of like what you're saying is like you know the comics,
Well-
you know what you're doing. We'll just leave hands off
I think
you.
they had
Make
the
sure you
right
do a good
the right
job.
geeks in the right places.
Yeah,
So
DC doesn't have it.
John Favreau was the director of Iron Man.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of geeky, right?
and Iron Man 2, and he gave the character the respect it deserved.
Yeah.
But go watch Iron Man and Iron Man 2,
Uh-huh.
and then go watch the movie Chef.
Chef with like
John Favreau.
and Catherine Zeta. No. Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, he's the
Vergara?
food truck guy.
Yeah.
He's a chef at a fancy restaurant, and he gets tired of people telling him, this is how you got to do this is how you got to do that. And so he goes and he does his own food truck thing.
Okay.
He didn't direct Iron Man 3.
Yeah, that's the worst one out of them.
So Chef is really,
Iron Man 3.
he's saying, screw you guys over there at Marvel and Disney. I want to make the movies I want to make the way I like them. But he worked it out and directed The Jungle Book and is directing The Lion King for Disney. So
Hopefully, Lion King is good.
Aladdin is good.
It is.
Oh, I didn't think it was gonna be very good.
It surprised you.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I still need to see it. But so critics didn't like it, but everybody who's seen it that I've heard from loved it. Mm-hmm. So
I've heard that people were surprised that Will Smith didn't do anything that he couldn't do, and he did a great job at what he did. That's what I've heard. Or he did a good job at what he did.
tell me, does he say, "Oh hell no"?
We're talking about Green Lantern.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Sorry, folks.
Okay. Now,
What kind of world do we live in when I'm bringing us back?
I know, it's so weird. One thing, too, when I was watching Green Lantern, I was like, wait, didn't the Green Hornet come out the same year? And then when I was doing the research, I'm like, oh, it did.
It did.
And I was like, do you think that because that movie was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great movie, but it was okay. Do you think it kind of, because it had the Green Lantern part, or Green Hornet, like it could have been like, you know what, I've been greened out this year.
No.
I'm good.
Sure.
I think the Green Hornet movie had the same problem that the John Carter movie had. Then nobody knew what it was. I knew what Green Hornet was because
Yeah.
I'm that big of a nerd.
Well, I kind of knew about it because I watched the Bruce Lee movie,
I'm a huge
and
Bruce
then
Lee fan.
talked about him being in it. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
My pops watched a few of those Green Hornet shows.
Yeah, and I saw the crossover episode with Green Hornet and Adam West's Batman.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But, so, anyways, Green Hornet failed because it was just okay.
Yeah.
Green Lantern failed because
There were so many problems
because they
with it.
tried too hard.
Okay.
And I wanted to like that movie. And part of me likes parts of it,
Yeah.
but
I did like how he.
the story is just so messed up.
I did like how he beat those airplanes. The beginning.
at the
I
beginning.
thought that was cool. I was like, oh yeah, I could totally see this guy do that. Blake Lively.
Oh.
I think this is a terrible part for her. I'm happy that those two got together because of this movie.
I disagree. And the fact that they got together, so perfect for the future of if there would have been a sequel, because she becomes a villain for Green Lantern. She gets a power gem, and it's her force of love. Yeah. She feels spurned by him for some reason, and hell hath no fury.
I just couldn't buy her at it, actually.
No, I thought she did good. Like, everybody who was in this movie was correctly cast.
Yeah.
The story and the CGI didn't do them any favors.
Well, I know, but like her acting and anybody's acting, like I don't have anybody. I just didn't think that is a great part for her. That's all. I don't have anybody that would be like, oh, this is so much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I don't.
Maybe not the most bestest ever role for her, but
Yeah.
I thought she did fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Peter Skarsgård, he was believable as Hector Hammond.
Yeah, I thought he was a great villain.
How he kills his dad is pretty horrific. And
Does he kill Angela Bassett? Does she die? Or does
no,
Green
she's
Lantern
Amanda
say-
Waller. She can't die.
I don't understand Amanda Waller thing. What is that?
Suicide Squad. Amanda Waller.
Wait, the director? That's Amanda Waller, right?
The
This is-
character.
Dude, I can't place Amanda Waller in Suicide Squad.
She's so.
She's the director that directs them,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And Will Smith says, "Why aren't you dead?"
Viola Davis is better though.
She is. But Angela Bassett is not a bad actress.
She's not a bad actress. Angela Bassett isn't. But like in that sort of case with Viola Davis, of what they needed in Suicide Squad should have been what they had in this one. Like, but at the same time, what Angela Bassett was, she needed to sell it to him. Like, it's not a favor because you do a great job at this. You know, they needed to sell him.
It was, like I said, they just tried to throw so much into this movie.
Yeah. And it didn't pay off.
It didn't.
At all. Nothing paid off.
No.
Except Ryan Reynolds' future jokes about the Green Lantern. That's the big payoff.
It's the success of the movie.
Very successful in that.
I mean, it did make money, but
It did make money, and I think it's probably made more money since he makes fun of it all the time.
would I want to see a sequel with Mark Strong as Sinestro? Yes, of course I would.
Yeah. Mark Strong's a great villain. I like him as a villain. In all
But-
of him a villain. No.
It was just.
Terrible.
Anytime we review a comic movie, I go full geek on you guys and
You do.
see how
It's
angry
so
I get.
Wonderful.
It is good.
See, I'm gonna get full. I'll be full geek on the whole Harry Potter stuff. So, yeah, you'll
If we ever do it.
if
But,
we ever do it.
yeah.
If that ever.
So,
Do you have anything else? So no, or they'd have to just reboot the whole thing.
I want to reboot.
Okay,
No.
nothing. You don't even want to reboot.
Meh.
Even you don't want to expand the DC universe.
I just don't know if it's
Worthy.
What
going to
Worth it?
happen.
What if they did a Jon Stewart Green Lantern movie? Would you want that?
No.
Okay.
So Green Lantern, no. Period.
It's too late.
Really?
Now we're going to get one. So,
We're really gonna get another one?
yeah, it's Green Lantern Corps.
When are they gonna do that?
It's coming. It was announced. I don't know.
Cool.
I think it's a bad move, but we'll see.
But hey, they're gonna be consistent though. Bad
Yeah.
moves. Consistent with bad moves
So-
for the most part.
I haven't seen either Shazam or Aquaman.
I haven't seen it
but I
either.
hear they're both really good.
I've heard that they're
I
good.
tried watching Aquaman.
No?
No.
You don't like
I fell
that one?
asleep.
Oh, you
and
did?
I-
Is that a trigger that says this isn't a good movie, falling asleep?
To me,
For you.
as a 38-year-old, yes.
You see, I'm such a geek, I wouldn't fall asleep during that.
What movies do you fall asleep? And is that a
Sky
trigger?
Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
Is that the only one that we've watched that you've fallen asleep at?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I fell asleep and didn't even finish. I just returned it to Redbox. Didn't even finish it.
Aquaman?
Yeah, Aquaman.
Wow. Didn't even try to finish it.
No. It just didn't.
It didn't
Seemed-
appeal to you.
Yeah, and I'm big into comic stuff, but
Yeah.
just didn't really. I don't know, the first half hour, I don't know what was wrong with it. I just didn't like it. And fell asleep, and I was like, it's not worth putting it back in or restarting it, so I'm taking it back. I'm sure it's good. I don't know. That's what I've heard too. But
I just think that Green Lantern needs the right director and a actual costume that the actor puts on.
Jon Favreau?
He can't direct everything.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be interesting.
M. Night Shyamalan?
That's it. M. Night Shyamalan. Hey, he did okay with Glass.
George Lucas. Green Lantern by George Lucas. George Lucas's Green Lantern.
It's
Green
because
Lantern.
of the midichlorians in his blood that he's able to control the ring.
Misa got a ring too.
Okay, you're training. Me, I'm going to train.
So who's my head trainer? Misa! Cha-Cha Pink's gonna train you. Use the force, Annie. I mean... Hal?
Do you guys have anything else with Green Lantern?
No.
You, Ryan? You've
See for
talked
yourself.
Yeah.
about- See how terrible the movie
I didn't fall
is?
asleep during this movie.
Oh, good job.
I was younger.
All right. Please rate, subscribe, and leave a comment of what you thought of the podcast and what you thought about the movie also.
Yeah. Do it.
So thank you and have a
Do
good
it.
day. Bye.